The goal of Jovial Chronicles is to encourage readers to pursue their goals and realize their full potential. Many of us who work overseas yearn for a successful career abroad. I wish to share some information with you to aid in your job search in Poland. Since the material I'm presenting is based on my research and personal experience, let's get started with the clips. In this episode, we'll talk about the quick, step-by-step application process and the paperwork needs to get your Poland job application started. One could ask what application requirements Poland's companies are looking for. There are only 4 categories to consider, though. Your age is the first factor taken into account, but since there is no maximum age, it only applies to specific positions that have age restrictions. The second factor is education, regardless of whether you recently completed high school or have a degree. All are welcomed. Third, job experience. Whether an applicant has experience or not, they can receive training in manufacturing or other blue-collar jobs. Finally, your location. There are several agencies where you can start your application if you currently live in Asia or the Middle East. Just be mindful not to deal with any unlawful recruiting firms. Take extra care on this mission. In my other vlog entry, I'll compare the application process for direct Poland agencies versus local Asian/Middle Eastern agencies. Once you have selected the agency that offers the best deal and trustworthiness, your passport and most recent version of your resume will be the first things they need to look at. This will be checked and validated in order to get ready for the purpose of your job application to Poland. Each applicant considers the cost of the application as well as the agency's legitimacy. What is the actual cost of applying for a job in Europe? I know the processing fee amounts charged by a few reliable businesses, but more information will be provided in the forthcoming video. To give clients a taste of the payment option, most agencies use promotional one-time payments or installment plans. Although you will pay a smaller portion of the overall cost with one-time payments, but installment payments are more practical for those on a limited budget. The following crucial question an applicant will ask is how many months it will take to complete the process. As the demand occurs in the early stages, according to my study, it should only take 4 to 6 months to complete the entire process. But due to modifications and other situations, the processing time will depend on how your agency handles its job and the supporting evidence for your application. However, they will give you the work. All you need is a little perseverance and coordination to complete it. Let's go on to the application process after picking the right agency and payment option. The agreement contract for the agency will be introduced and discussed. If both parties agree to all terms and conditions, the agreement will be signed together with the payment. After receiving the necessary documentation, the agency will start looking for a Polish employer who will provide a job offer to you. You can go to the next phase of the working permit application after you receive a job offer. It can take some time for the voivodeship to approve your application. After the work permit has been approved, the applicant must be prepared to submit a visa application, where all original documentation from the employer and other necessary documents must be provided by you personally to the Polish embassy. The final decision about whether or not to grant you a visa will be made by the consulate. Your entry into Poland is contingent on getting the visa approved. Once your visa application has been approved, a lot of employment options in Europe will start to become available. If you want to be secure and successful in achieving your objectives, you should be cautious to adhere to the laws governing foreign workers in Poland. Before I wrap up this episode, I list the prerequisites for preparing and submitting a visa application to the Polish embassy. For the visa stamping process, your original passport and a 2x2 photo with a white background that complies with Polish requirements are required. A legitimate form of identification, such as a national ID from the nation you are now visiting or are originally from. If you are currently employed overseas, a resident visa will be necessary. You must show documentation of your employment status, including a salary certificate that has been signed and stamped by your employer. A bank statement demonstrating that you have the resources to support yourself once in Poland. The last 2 items are your air ticket for the trip to Poland as well as travel insurance, which offers financial protection in the event that you encounter specific difficulties while traveling, depending on your current status, whether you're a business owner or just an average person. Other supporting documentation that I haven't listed will be required to justify by your agency. We truly hope that you learned something from this video and were able to utilize it as a resource when looking for employment in Poland. Thank you for watching. If you like watching videos of this sort, do like, comment, and share them. Don't forget to subscribe.